Welcome to episode 808 of Hard Factor. It is Thursday, November 4th, 2021. Thank you for cheating on the news with us. Today we got Pat, Wes, and I'm Will. Mark he's dipping his toe in a hot tub somewhere, a jacuzzi, get a little vacation on, right?
Something
like that.
He's in the Rockies.
Mm-hmm.
Rocky Mountain High.
Perfect time. I think he might go to see one of those dance guys are performing at Red Rocks while he's out there.
Yeah.
I hope he goes to Red Rock. I've never seen a show there, but that venue is awesome.
Talk about a place I'd like to do some drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Crisp air.
Mm-hmm. Well, hopefully it's not too cold. Those mountains, they get cold quick.
Oh, well, it sucks in Austin. It's like 50 and raining in Austin, so he got out at a great time.
Oh, that is perfect. That's perfect. What we're talking about today, I've got a financial segment coming up a little bit later. What else we got, fellas? What are we talking?
Bro, the coffee is packed, right? We're talking about, obviously, the election results are all back, most of them. We're talking about, some NFL stuff. We're talking about a major change in sex technology. That's a revolutionary change in sex technology.
Another one. Jesus. Nice. You're on top of that stuff, I'll tell you.
Yeah, well, I try to stay informed.
And it's the time to be alive to be seeing it, because we're really hitting a lot of milestones this year for robot sex. Yeah.
It is quite the time to be alive for that.
Mm-hmm.
What you got, Wes?
I'm going to go to Brazil. A little bit of it's a sad story. We're going to go to the UK, talk about a fat guy, and then we're going to China for a little hysteria that's going on over there.
Nice.
Yeah.
A little hysteria that's going on over here. No Shave November, already very hairy at the Smith household.
Under, right?
Well, I mean, my head looks okay, but it's getting, it's getting puffier on my head, and it's getting puffier everywhere.
Well, how often do you shave your body?
Oh, frequently.
Oh, really?
See, I guess that's why I was so surprised the other day.
Yeah, I got hit at least once a month. I mean, if I go longer than a month, I'm looking like a Sasquatch. And so
who cares, right?
So basically, now I'm gonna go like 3, because I was already letting it slide, and then now we hit No Shave November, so it's just I'm gonna be like a chimp. I'm gonna be like one of those chimps with big balls at the end of the month. Just angry, hairy.
I shaved, so I started out fresh.
Yeah, you look good.
You look good, Wes.
Thank you.
You're a San Francisco Giants fan? 49ers fan now?
I am now, yeah. Go Niners.
Yep. You're just keeping it. I understand getting your money's worth, because it sucks when you buy a hat for a costume and then,
Listen, I don't care either way about any of it. Does it's not going to ruin my day. Who does good, who does bad. So
right.
I like the I'll stay with the Washington team. If they do well, I'm happy. But you know what? I think I might go over to the Niners.
Okay,
I like it.
Okay, all right, yeah.
See, I was a lot of people off too.
On a down year too, so it's the home fans are going to respect that.
There you go.
Yeah. I was, when I switched from the Caps to the Devils earlier this year,
what a mistake!
That was my 5th sport that I like. Right, so it was like, I felt okay doing that, but switching football teams, whoa!
I don't care.
I know.
Yeah, I don't even watch it when it's on.
Wes cares as much about football as Pat cares about hockey, which is absolutely zero.
But I try. I really try every year, and every year I'm like, I just can't. It's a great sport. I just can't.
I like the playoffs. I like sports in the playoffs. That's it. I can't do the regular season though.
Wes because Wes likes to ride some big action on his games if he's gonna have to sit through a football game.
That's right. Absolutely.
And playoff betting is way better, honestly. In every sport.
On that note, I'll get the stats, but if you're in the send in the card tier of our Patreon, we have a massive weekly parlay. It's a parlay pool. Heart of Hive member Greg Riley asked me for all the data the other day, because I think he's doing some sort of analysis.
He's crunching the numbers. Yeah, I saw that.
Pretty excited about that. But yeah, here's what we do. We all say we're going to pick, these are our money line picks. These are our spread picks. And then we put a little, majority rules for the pick. And last week, the Hive could have taken home one whole Christina Milian.
Every week, really.
Split between like 25 people. So
what's the best we've done so far?
We got
on the big
really
boy.
Close, right?
2 weeks ago, I think we did, I think we got 3 wrong. That's the best we've done.
Fuck. That's close. On the $1 million one, on the spread.
Yeah, but the problem is we're always getting the 1 o'clock games wrong. So I want to get to the 4 o'clock games
Interesting.
so I can see the cash out. That's what I want to see. I want to see what the cash out option.
The most deflating is when we miss the Thursday night.
That hurts.
I mean, I'll tell you, that really is a kick in the stomach.
That hurts.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
okay. Well, let's get into it, huh?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, guys.
Yeah. Cup of coffee in the big time.
So it's November 4th. I have a fun fact for you. My original fun fact is about dolphins. I'm still going to read that for you. But because it's episode 808, and I realized that when Will said it, quick fun fact about the 808 drum machine, which is the most famous drum machine. And you know the 808 sounds intimately because they've been in thousands and thousands and thousands of pop hit songs.
Is it the drum machine that Cash Money Records used in the 99-2000? Because if so, I'm
Probably.
Okay.
It was the drum machine forever, and now those same 808 sounds are some of the most popular beat packs used in like Fruity Loops and stuff like that. But when the 808 first launched in 1980, it failed commercially. It's from Roland, and it was initially seen as a toy that made robotic sounds rather than a serious instrument. And electronic music wasn't cool yet, so Roland discontinued the 808 in 1983. But it went on to be like the shit. So
the number one.
Yeah, numero uno, big dick dog. All right, Dolphins, guys.
One more fun. Outcast has a song about when he goes, I know y'all wanted that 808. Can you hear that? Something.
BASS bass.
Yeah.
Yeezus has a whole album called 808 and the Heartbreaks.
Mm-hmm.
Also, those things, you look like a psycho when you're playing them. If you've ever played the drums before, you look like a fucking madman if you're playing an electronic drum set because only you can hear what's going on.
Oh, it's a push button kit.
Oh, okay. Not the full kit.
No,
Roland makes
like a
those
tabletop
electronic drum kits as well. Those are so fucking funny to watch people play because all you hear is like the sticks just tapping the pads, but then like in their heads it's like they're fucking doing a drum solo.
It is the only way to play fart drums, though, to program each
true.
drum to sound like a different fart, which if you haven't done, you're probably not gonna, but take my word for it. It's a lot of fun. Okay, Dolphins, guys. Dolphins like to party. I didn't know this, but dolphins use toxic pufferfish to get high. So dolphins deliberately handle pufferfish, causing them to release toxins as a defense mechanism. And much like the poisons in psychedelic drugs, the pufferfish release a toxin that gets dolphins real out there, man.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I'd heard about that. What does it? Any type of description of what kind of high they get? We're talking hallucinogen.
It's a hallucinogenic. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So they probably think that they're not dolphins. And the dolphins are pretty smart. And there's some theories that hallucinogens are what help brain evolution.
Expand the mind. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
I wonder how high it gets them. Like if they can see shit. Are you tripping or are you just...
You're tripping,
stoned?
bro. Did you ever hear the theory about mushrooms that the largest organism in the world is a fungus? And when you trip on mushrooms, you're feeling what it's like to be part of the earth.
There's lots of people who believe like that DMT shit. They believe like you can like link up to like your ancestral plane and shit.
Yep.
There's some weird shit about hallucinogens.
Or link into animal minds. I've heard that too.
Wow.
Anyway,
don't believe either of those, but I mean, I could see it. If you're tripping hard enough, you could think that you're doing that.
Tell me anything, man. Guys, holidays today. It's International Stout Day. If you're a Guinness man or woman, there you go. I'm not. I know Will might be. I don't think Wes ever was. It's not my fave.
I did like it when I was drinking. I would drink Guinness, but definitely not my go-to.
Yeah,
I'd classify it as a top 3 beer. I mean, it's probably like if you want to go overall, taste, alcohol content, lightness, and just drinkability. Guinness has got to be at the top. Near the top of
culturally,
any
Will, you're predisposed to Guinness because you got into European sports, right? And when you're a rugby guy or you follow soccer,
you go to a lot of bars that have Guinness,
right? It's part of lying to the Europeans that you hang out with in America, or convincing them that you're one of them. You know what I mean? Again, I love rugby. And look, Stout, please.
It's also low alcohol content, so you can drink a lot of it.
It's very crushable. It's surprisingly, it's like the driving beers of Europe.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
driving
you can drink like 20 Guinnesses and still be walking.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
That's true.
Yeah.
Also, guys, it's National Candy Day, which I think is fucking bullshit.
Ooh,
Where
close to Halloween, huh?
Where does the candy industry get off? What greedy sons of fucking bitches? They literally just had their best week of the year, and then they need more.
Well, Yes, because they got to clear out the inventory.
Yep,
Look, if they
that's
don't
right,
clear
well.
the inventory from this Halloween, then they're going to be stuck with inventory next Halloween. These guys got to get it off the shelves.
Okay.
It's genius, actually.
I hate it. Today in history, guys,
It's the most capitalist day ever.
it sucks. It's fucked
Clear
up.
our clearance candy off the shelf. Day.
Shouldn't have been allowed to happen. Today, especially with Wes's diabetes, right? Like, there's a class action lawsuit going on here.
I think you're just borderline, right, Wes? You're not all the way.
Pre-diabetic is what they said.
Okay,
Well,
stone's
if it's
throw.
for a lawsuit, Wes is diabetic. You know what I mean?
Now I've got my shtick now is when my girlfriend offers me anything with like a carb, like, what are you trying to? Oh, that'll kill me. You know that. What are you trying to kill me?
Great excuse though for anything you don't want to eat.
Yeah. No thanks. I'll die.
Back off. Guys, today in history, the National Security Agency, the NSA, was established. So,
Wow.
Also, really cool. This is a cool fact. Jane Goodall, remember, she went and lived with the chimps. She observed chimpanzees creating tools for the first time today on November 4th in the 80s, I believe. And before her observance, it was thought that only humans created tools. So that was a blow to our ego.
Now, like fucking like fish use tools. We know like all kinds of animals use tools. I saw fish like
birds do as well.
Yeah, birds do. Dude, I saw a bird that was throwing a small little piece of bread into a pond, and if a fish, yeah, and if a fish that was too big, they knew was too big, came, he would grab the bread and toss it back out there until a fish small enough that he knew he could catch came, and then he would fucking eat the fish.
Jeez.
It was insane.
I apologize.
That
It was 1960 that she observed it, and some are saying it's October.
I have no idea. It was like a kind of like it had a pretty long beak, but like a
Heron
like a,
type deal.
yeah, something like that. It
That's
was. I'll send you the video. It's crazy.
I bet Will could have identified it.
I'm sure.
Most likely. Yeah.
Okay. Number 3, guys, in the top 3 trending topics of today, a doctor has created a new type of condom, okay, that can be used for both penises and vaginas.
Wow.
That's right. The condom's creator is calling it PPE for sexual encounters.
That's what shitty branding. Come on. What are you going to brand something with COVID? No. Okay. Sorry.
He's a doctor. Okay.
Yeah.
He created a new condom. They're
The
going
last
to bring
thing
a
you wanna
marketing
think about
guy
when
in
you're about to
later.
fuck somebody is COVID protocols.
Listen, I don't know where you're going with this, but I don't think I'm gonna like it.
Okay. Well, it's an adhesive condom, Wes. It's
Right.
called the Wonder Leaf. Okay.
Okay.
It's 30 micrometers thick, and it's made with medical grade polyurethane, a material that's widely used in wound dressings. And the Dr. Tang said that it's less sticky and won't hurt when it's peeled off your dong. Lube can also be applied on the skin before you adhere it to your dong to reduce the stickiness of the condom. The doctor wanted to face one of the greatest issues with condoms is they keep slipping off.
Okay. So this is a condom that is guaranteed to stick to your dick.
It's going to stay on. This is a condom that's going to make it through intercourse, probably.
Okay. Can't you just buy a little bit of a smaller condom? Say you're having that problem, they're falling off all the time. Why don't you just get the small size?
If you want to be embarrassed at the store, you could do that.
You can't get the small size unless you're ordering it through the mail.
Yeah.
Unless you're ordering it to your neighbor's house and then you're like walking around his mailbox at night.
They got to do something with the sizes. They need to don't name
There
it
needs to be a
small.
code word. There needs to be a code word.
Name it something else. Yeah. Energizer edition.
Yeah,
Huge is medium.
Let's just sell it in a box of cereal.
Got a pack of huge condoms here.
Small flakes, yeah.
Yeah. Or they could just be gorilla dick condoms.
Gorilla
Right.
dick
Yeah,
condoms.
there
Yeah,
you go.
that would be the
That's
shit.
better, yeah, because it's I like that.
It's a
Right.
gorilla dick package. So many guys with huge dicks would buy that on accident.
Right. So guys,
They put it in a giant package, but it's a tiny condom.
dude, gorilla dick condoms would fly off the shelves, honestly, because I'd say like 90% of America is ignorant of the fact that gorillas have small
for sure.
dicks.
You're assuming that a gorilla is packets of heat. So and then you put it in the giant box, like the giant, like it's got like a shiny lettering on it, like real
Silverback
aggressive
on there.
graphics.
Yeah.
Oh, did I leave that out? Sorry. Or did I put that in the top of my suitcase? You noticed. My bad.
It's so big it always sticks out of your pocket.
Meant to put that in the inside pocket so no one could see. Anyway, guys, unlike most condoms, this adhesive condom can be worn even during foreplay. So before the penis gets hard, for guys that are locked and loaded, ready to go, you can.
Because everybody wants to give a blowjob to a stuck-on condom.
I don't get it either, Wes. This was in, so Vice covered this story. This was in the Vice article. Dr. Tang was like, "Yeah, you can wear it before sex too when your dong is soft," and I was like, "Okay." Like Dr. Tang was specifically trying to solve the problem of condoms slipping off unintentionally, people getting pregnant or getting STDs, right? But like, he's also solving the problem for like dudes that are just so ready to go. They're strapping connies on at the beginning of the date. And in this case, it'll be there if things work out well.
Wow, that is presumptuous.
Seems like a small market,
Real
real
weird
small
thing
market
to put.
for this.
Weird thing to put in the article, I thought. Well, he said it. Dr. Tang said it.
Yeah, he
Who
lost
would
a lot
put
of
a
people.
condom on while flaccid?
He said, "I don't during foreplay, I guess."
I don't know how you do it. I mean, I know how you
have
do
to
it,
roll
but
it down. I mean,
yeah, it's interesting. But so, what about the vagina thing?
It can stick to the vagina too, so it's
girls
like
can just shove that in there.
Mm-hmm.
See, this is where I knew you were going, and this is what I don't like. You shouldn't mess with that part of it.
Why? It anchors in the vagina.
Yeah, I know, but then you're just fucking a bag. You're literally just fucking a bag.
Why do you say that?
Because that's exactly what it is. It's a piece of plastic that's in the vagina. You're not getting the walls. You're getting the walls of a bag. I'd rather have the bag over my thing and still feel like I'm going in and out of a vagina versus going in and out of a bag.
I mean, it's still a bag that
Still
you're fucking,
getting the
bro.
job done.
Listen, you're not, but your penis isn't going in and out of a bag. You're wearing the bag when you got the condom on. If you're the
I see what this is about.
You see what I'm saying?
Nah, it makes sense.
You want to be in the driver's seat when it comes to the bag, Wes.
Wes
That's
is doing
right.
the fucking. He's
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
He's not
and I
fucking
just-
a bag.
I don't want to fuck a bag. This is ridiculous.
Wes is in control now.
You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people out there.
I agree. I mean, it's weird. It's like dental dam, right? Remember they used to do that dental dam shit where they wanted you to put like a
Before
like
you go
saran
down on a
wrap
chick?
over a vagina before you ate it out. It's like that, except one that you can just stick in and you can do it for all of sex. It's very odd. Very strange.
No one ever used a dental dam except for dentistry. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that oral going. First, let me put this tarp down.
let me crinkle every time I lick something. It makes a sound. It makes it awkward as fuck.
Anyway.
It's like if you're swimming in like a cold ocean, you want to have the wetsuit on. You don't want the ocean to have the wetsuit on. You know what I mean?
Look, we can trust Americans to get tested and be responsible with their potential STDs.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Guys, the problem with many condoms today, Tang continued, is that they slip off, and they usually only work on erect penises. So he's going back to the well on it.
On that soft penis condom, you gotta have it.
It's really, really important to him. Anyway, whatever. That's that. Number 2, guys, football bad boys. First up, a not so fun one, but former Las Vegas Raiders wide receiver Henry Ruggs, I'm sure everyone saw this, was driving his Corvette 156 miles an hour and collided with another vehicle on Tuesday, killing a 23-year-old woman who was in a RAV4 SUV. And he appeared in court on Wednesday morning. He's facing 2 felony drunk driving charges, one for the death, one for the injury to his girlfriend, Kiara Washington, who was his passenger as well, was hurt in the crash. Weird thing, this is interesting. Ruggs was known for holding up 3 fingers whenever he scored a touchdown.
Because he's the third.
As a tribute to his friend Rod Scott, who died in a car crash in 2016, I guess.
Oh man.
He also is a third, but the hand gesture was a tribute.
Oh, well, you think he would take driving drunk with cocaine in the car and a loaded handgun a little bit more seriously, going 156 fucking miles an hour. Throw the book at him. I mean, like, what the hell? You can't drive that fast. Did you see the road he was on?
Yeah, dude. Did you see the video? Did you see the video?
I did.
Of,
I did.
of
I
the
didn't-
fucking
I didn't
fire that he caused. I mean, that
Well,
woman was burned
she
alive.
Burned alive, yeah. And her dog flew out of the car. I mean, it's
Jesus.
just insanity. She was 23.
Well, also, yesterday we talked about it. Pat, I don't know if you saw this, but he's fucked. There's no probation in Nevada for something like this. He's going to jail for, a long time.
Yeah, 20 years is the max.
Yeah.
Bummer.
Look, I don't know what he's going to get charged, but he's not going to get off light with those fucking details. That's ridiculous.
Dude,
No,
you know what I
it's
think
reckless.
about sometimes? Like, I was on the road the other day. My dad had a, not like a killer sports car, but like when he was midlife in it, when he was midlife crisising, He bought a Nissan 350Z, which
That's
is
a
like
sweet
pretty
car.
quick
That's a
car.
sweet
Had 300 horses, about
Very
like
sweet, yeah.
fastest car I ever drove. It stick shift. It was fun, and on like every once in a while he'd let me take it out. Dude, I was dangerous with that fucking thing at 19, 20, 21, and then he sold it. Thank God. How old is Ruggs, man? Like.
Yeah, he's probably young.
Once I got past like 25, like, dude, you look back at those dangerous ass driving days, and it's like, what were you thinking, man?
Oh, I've done some very dumb shit in the car, but 156 miles an hour is like next level with a loaded gun and cocaine. Like, I mean, it's and he's double the blood alcohol. I mean, that's just like so fucking reckless. It's insane.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
like so.
Raiders released him at the end of the day on Wednesday.
Oh yeah. I mean,
You know,
Are the Raiders at all liable in any way for this person's like if she sues, were they the Raiders gonna be somehow?
no, I don't think so.
I don't see how it's personal negligence, right?
I do wonder though. We were talking about this on the text thread a little earlier. I do wonder though if Vegas is going to have problems because football teams have huge rosters and staffs, right? I wonder if they're going to have an issue being in Vegas. You're bringing all these guys in who've never lived there, maybe never even gone there, and then they live in Sin City, and that's got to be hard to handle for a lot of guys.
Oh, dude,
Hell
especially
yeah.
if you're young and just got paid.
Yeah,
Like,
young millionaire.
probably the most dangerous thing is fucking losing your money. That's probably the most dangerous thing for these cats. Like
You go on
being
tilt, yeah.
around casinos where you're getting, $1 million checks. That's tough. Anyway, guys, other football bad boys. Aaron Rodgers has tested positive for COVID-19 and will be out on Sunday's game against the Chiefs. And this is all over Twitter, so let's just move through it quick. There's been a lot of chat on Twitter about whether Rodgers is vaccinated or not, or what exactly, quote, alternate treatment Rodgers got prior to the start of training camp, what it was and why he asked the NFL to consider it the same as a vaccination. But guys, I think it's a little insensitive right now to be talking about this because people his age are the ones who make up 80-90% of the deaths caused by COVID. So let's give it a beat, okay?
He's approaching one of the risk categories, but yeah, I think he got COVID before because he said I'm immunized.
So okay,
Important choice of words there, right?
yeah. So he in August he dodged questions about his COVID vaccination status, and then it just came out. He got an alternate treatment, whatever the hell that is, and
getting COVID-19.
he fought for the league to consider that alternate treatment the same as vaccine, and they were like, nah, sorry, bro.
I hope it
Shouldn't
was
it be?
shrooms, but I think it was getting COVID. But
If he's got the antibodies, shouldn't it be kind of the same? They can prove he had COVID
that's what
before.
he's saying. I think.
It's not. I don't know. Whatever.
The
point is, guys.
Otherwise, why would he say he's immunized? Whatever
Right,
the
not
natural
inoculated.
treatment.
Guys, the
was.
point is, look, there's lots of like the staunch COVID deniers who get it and die, and it's like it's ironic, but we respect it. You don't want to stomp on their graves, and right now, Rodgers is at serious risk of death at his age. So let's just be responsible and move it on to number one.
The cream of the crop!
All right, guys, election day results. New Jersey governor was won by Philip Murphy, the Democrat. He was reelected. Virginia governor was won by Glenn Youngkin, the Republican, who was the first Republican to win statewide office in Virginia since 2009. And the election...
Since when we lived there.
Yeah. So and the reason this is important, right? This is a way, way, way off your election, but the reason everyone's talking about it is because, as I just said, over 10 years since a Republicans won statewide office in Virginia. Virginia was a red state, flipped to a blue state. This election in Virginia was the highest turnout in any Virginia election in recent history. A ton of people voted.
I think ever.
Yeah. Well, no, I read two places recent history, so there might have been a situation. But yeah, for all intents and purposes, ever.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, across the board, there were a number of different off-year elections, with Republicans winning the majority of the races, as experts were predicting might be the case. And experts have been pointing to that potentially being because of a general public dissatisfaction with the Joe Biden agenda. Right. So that's the big thing. I mean, it wasn't that many races. It's not that they weren't that big of elections. They were gubernatorial, but Virginia flipping, people.
Long Island,
attention.
flipped to all Republican and their local seats.
Yeah, yep.
New Jersey, that guy barely won. He was favored to win like 70%.
It's a close call.
Yep. It was like 50-50. And then there was that guy. What's his name? The guy who's a truck driver who beat. Do you have anything about him?
The guy that hangs with Andrew Yang. No, I just covered top level. I just covered top level. But guys, look, here's what I know. voter fraud was almost certainly present with these elections.
Ed Durr, a guy who spent
Durr.
like $350 total on his campaign in New Jersey, he unseated the most powerful state legislature, Democrat in New Jersey.
There you go.
Spent $350.
So again, guys, the pendulum, as Will has said many times, this show swings, right? So
$250 actually.
people that are hardcore political heads are like, ooh, okay, let's pay attention because something's happening with the swing. But here's what I know. What's more important, guys, voter fraud took place. I know that, okay? And it almost certainly occurred. But the folks who hate voter fraud the most haven't been as vocal this time around, as it seems things have swung in the direction of their personal political preference, which they would assure you doesn't come into play in their crusade against un-American voter frauders. But just know it happened, okay? It was voter fraud, I promise you.
Where at?
Everywhere. Stolen elections.
Did you see the New Jersey seat? What is gonna do that is there was a seat that was called Democrat, and it flipped Republican in New Jersey after they recounted the early votes. That's gonna drive conspiracy theorists crazy for months to come.
Pat likes being called a cuck douche on IG. lib douche.
Oh, come on. It's very funny.
Jacking off.
It's very
It is,
funny
it is. I
to
like
say
it.
that there was voter fraud, right?
Yes, I like it.
When there wasn't either time. Guys, on Sunday, a couple other hilarious things happened in politics. On Sunday, Senator from Montana, Josh Hawley, gave a speech on the, quote, future of the American man. And he told fellow conservatives
that one.
that this is pretty good. So Hawley tells fellow conservatives they must stop liberals from attacking masculinity and creating a nation of, quote, idle men who watch pornography and play video games instead of working and raising families. And to that, Josh, I say, get you a man that can do both.
Yeah, that was also my sentiments about Hawley's comments. I mean, obviously, he feels bad about the amount of jacking off and video games that he plays on the side. And so he's
Right.
he's like taking it out on the rest of the fucking country. He's like, I wish I could play video games and jack off, but I can't. So I'm going to yell at everybody else about it. It's just, come on, Josh.
You can also jack off, play video games, own a gun, and raise your family, and eat red meat like
It's the
me.
American dream.
Mm-hmm. Okay, moving on, guys. Over on the Hill, Republican Congresswoman from Georgia and woman who publicly believes that the Parkland shooting, Sandy Hook, and Las Vegas massacres were staged, Marjorie Taylor Greene, has been fined a total of $48,000 since May for not wearing a mask on the House floor. And this fine was outlined in a letter released on Wednesday from the Sergeant at Arms. Greene, guys, doesn't seem to be fazed by the fine, which is concerning because that's the kind of bill that only an elite would be able to cover without batting an eye. And she's, I don't know.
What do congressmen make? Like, I mean, over 100K.
174. I think.
I don't know how,
74.
unless she was an elite, how she could afford a $48,000.
She's got some donors that'll pay that mask.
I know,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
kidding. Yeah, hypocrisy is what I'm pointing out
Trump
today.
will pay it.
All right, guys. Finally, President Joe Biden was in Scotland yesterday as his motorcade made its way from Edinburgh to Glasgow to meet with world leaders for the UN Climate Change Summit. And he was served up a traditional Scottish welcome as the motorcade passed some suburban homes. Here's a tweet, guys, from BBC North America editor John Sopel. Says, quote, from the White House pool report on POTUS's journey from Edinburgh to Glasgow, quote, at one point, when we were still on smaller country roads, a large naked Scottish man stood in his front window taking a picture of the motorcade with his phone. Welcome to Scotland, Mr. President.
Yeah, it's a Scottish. That's a Scottish. You're kind of welcome here, but I'm intimidating you right now. That's
I
the
think it's
classic
more
welcome.
like this is our like you wouldn't people wouldn't do that to their own president, but when another world leader is rolling through your country, it's like I'm not putting pants on for this.
It's like, check out this Scottish dick in your face, Joe Biden.
Yeah,
This is what you're dealing with when you come over here.
But, you know, I don't think Joe's awake much in the cars. I think that engine sound
You think
is
he's
just...
spotting stuff on the side of the road? No.
he's lulled. The engine noise just puts him out.
It's like a baby.
Yeah. As soon as Air Force One revs up, he's out. As soon as the motorcade gets going, he's out. He's just...
I hope
it's
he's
probably
got,
quiet
like,
as fuck in that.
I hope he's got like a presidential car seat, you know, like where he's like extra strapped in, extra careful.
He's got an airport pillow whenever
They've
he
definitely
goes.
replaced the Scotch tumblers as denture holders.
Denture holders, yeah, it gets a warm milk holder.
Anyway, guys, that cup of coffee was brought to you by Decked. So if you're a truck owner, you know that you're a truck owner, and you're a truck owner for a reason. As a former truck owner here, I'll tell you what, I loved to deck my truck out. I would store things under the seats of the back seat. I had my toolbox in there. I had extension cords. I had my bike helmet. I had cleaning supplies. I pretty much like had everything in my truck so that if I was ever somewhere and someone's like, hey, you know, we need a blank, I'm like, oh, got it in the truck. I prided myself on it. And I wish that I had decked, because Deck's drawer system that they have for the bed pickup truck beds is insanely cool. It will organize the hell out of the back of your pickup truck and will create a place for damn near everything, which is a challenge that I found when I had my pickup. It was kind of a mess under the back seat. If I had decked, it's like, you know, when like a service person rolls up and they got like one of those really highly outfitted, super expensive custom truck storage systems where they have like a compartment for everything, and you're looking at it and you're like, damn, I
like
want
a
that.
SWAT team.
It's fucking
want that.
badass. A listener, Bryant Foreman, sent in a video of his deck system that he already had installed because he's just so pumped that we got the deck dads, and I mean, it looks incredible. He's showing it off.
If you're a fisherman and you don't have decked, I mean, you're not really a fisherman.
It's like it's like turning your truck into a tackle box.
Yeah, exactly. It's incredible.
Or if you're a coach, come on, man. If you're coaching your kids' team, you're volunteer coaching, and maybe you're doing a couple different sports, or you're just an active family, you can get decked. The drawer system is weatherproof, completely weatherproof, so it protects and secures all your stuff from Mother Nature. It's pretty awesome. Makes organizing and accessing everything you need much easier. And each of Deck's 2 full-length drawers can carry up to 200 pounds of whatever you got. The drawer rolls out waist high, giving you easy access to your organized tools and gear. This is like porn for the type A part of my personality, which is
the ultimate container, like the container store. It's this would be like if you got the absolute top piece, the best one.
Yep. And the best part about it, guys, is they work the way that it's designed. It works with your tailgate. So if your tailgate's locked, you cannot access the drawers. If you're ever at a pickup truck and you leave something in the back, you're always concerned if someone's going to jack it out of there. Dang near impossible with Decked. So, guys, protect your stuff like I would if I still had my truck. Go over to and get your Deck drawer system at decked, decked.com/hard factor, and you get free shipping. And this is a heavy mother, so that free shipping, you're going to thank us for it. That's decked.com/hard factor for free shipping on your Decked drawer system, decked.com/hard factor.
I almost want to buy a truck just so I can get it decked.
Dude,
honestly.
being the guy with the gear, cool. Being the guy who has the stuff, like whenever I was like working in movies or like going camping, like, or I used to do a music festival, like whenever someone's like, oh, we need this, I'm like, oh man, I got it in my truck. And
Decked would have been perfect.
Yeah, I wish I had Decked, because it would have been like, oh man.
That fan sent that video today, and I just thought, I was like, what am I doing? Like literally, that was what I thought to myself.
Oh, it was incredible.
What am I doing?
And you'll buy a car on a whim.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's already the wheel's already in motion. The seed has been planted.
Yeah,
I'm going to own a truck soon.
You could live your whole life out of that truck. When it was
anyway,
cool.
It's amazing.
Really cool. All right. Okay. Time for a little financial segment. As I got the Aviators are back. I don't know if you fellas noticed. They had been gone, but they're back in recognition of election season being back. You know,
cool
with the 2021s. So, but I got to switch them out right now to the nerd glasses, because we're doing a financial segment. Okay.
Yeah, big change.
Yeah. Financial segment. I'm calling this one the salty market, and you'll hear why. I'm a guy who likes green, whether it's the medicinal kind I talked a little bit about yesterday, or the dollar kind that rules everything around me and you. And I just want the rule makers to make sense when they're making rules for all the green for all the people, which they do all the time. But wouldn't you know it, guys, they're fucking that up again. Real bad on multiple fronts. And you two, as prospective homebuyers, are going to be pretty upset with what's going on. So brace yourselves. Taking it to the internet. First one's not about houses. Second one is. First one is about taxes. Taking it to the internet, Jason Furman, who's a Harvard professor and worked on President Obama's staff, tweeted this on Tuesday. He said, "My guess is the majority of Americans with a net worth of 50 to 300 million will get a tax cut under the Build Back Better plan with a full repeal of SALT, S-A-L-T, all caps. The bill would do more for the super rich than it does for climate change, childcare, or preschool. That's obscene."
So that's a former Obama guy saying that.
Yeah, that sounds bad, and
that's
is
interesting because you want to know, because these bills, as we've talked about before, right? They get packed with shit and are sometimes contradictory to themselves.
This is one of those things they got packed with, Pat. SALT stands for state and local taxes. And since the 2017 tax code changes, the SALT deduction cap is set at $10,000, which means that homeowners in high tax states are being squeezed a little bit harder than they were used to in the past when there was no cap, I guess. I don't know what the previous cap was.
Kids say that, man.
Right. This is a different kind of cap.
They say that when something can't be stopped, or there's no end to it. Or like, hey,
no, that's
Will,
the literal meaning.
I love you, Will. No cap. There's no cap to my love that I have for you.
Well, that's not what it means, but it's close. This is okay.
I was just in Manhattan. Trust me.
Okay. Sure.
Lots of young people there. Okay.
No cap. So the states are being like these people who are have this $10,000 cap on their state and local taxes are now paying more than they would if the cap didn't exist, right?
No cap.
But the thing is, with the cap being put in 2017, it also collects a ton of taxes from the ultra wealthy who live in those high tax states. So what happened with this Build Back Better agenda, Biden originally wanted to repeal the SALT cap deduction altogether, which would have been a humongous tax break to the ultra wealthy. But progressives like Bernie Sanders and every single Republican are all against that. So now the Senate and the House are arguing about raising the deduction cap to $72,500 for either 5 to 10 years. But you heard that right. That's $72,500 of a tax deduction that would be given for 5 to 10 years. So no matter how you incorporate it, it's going to be a huge tax cut for the wealthy in the budget reconciliation package, no matter how it gets incorporated.
So, and you're saying that because essentially, like, what non-wealthy person has $72,000 of deductions
that they have to pay in taxes? Correct.
Right. But this is state. Is this state taxes specifically, not federal?
It's the interaction between state. And so this is when you have high state taxes that you're already paying, you can deduct those from your federal. That's what Biden wants and the Democrats want. It was changed in 2017 under Trump to have a $10,000 cap. So taking it back to Jason Furman, the guy from Obama's office, here's what he said: an uncapped SALT deduction tax cuts would have been for somebody making $9.9 million a year in the following states. California would have been a $472,000 tax reduction. Hawaii, for an individual, would have been a $398,000 tax reduction. New Jersey, $381,000, goes down the list through Arizona, shitloads of states that are all well above $250,000 and off your taxes every year. So, basically that's what Biden wanted. It's getting watered down now because everybody's like, a lot of people, the progressives, the far left is against it, and the whole right. And it's just,
So, do we know who's like, so I know this is Biden's bill, but like
he wanted it.
Do we know if Biden wrote this in or someone else?
Biden wanted it in there.
What do you think
is the Democratic leadership?
What do you think
Nancy Pelosi, who would benefit from it personally, Jeff Bezos would be the biggest beneficiary. Don't know who wanted it in the most, but Biden and team wanted it in. And if you thought giving tax breaks to the ultra rich and branding it as building back better for the middle class was bad, check out this one from Zillow and some of the government's favorite institutional investors, firms like BlackRock and or Vanguard. Taking it to the internet again, concerned citizen, insert clever name, tweeted this on Tuesday. Not the one. This one. So Zillow let a robot buy up thousands of properties, outbidding real buyers and artificially inflating the market, and now will be laying off a full quarter of its workforce and selling off the properties to rental corps like BlackRock at vastly discounted prices. Is that right? And yep, Beth Lynch 2020, that's actually 100% correct.
What?
Yeah, that's totally correct. Basically, guys, what happens, Zillow built an algorithm, and at some point in 2021, they set it to both overpay for properties to buy them and then overlist the price of properties on its own website.
This is why antitrust exists.
Wait.
Yes, Pat.
Zillow doesn't set the prices. The seller.
But they are the seller in this case, Wes.
They're the premier
properties.
They're the premier listing service. So, like, if you're at the mouth, right, of the information, or at the tightest point of the bottleneck of the information. You control the information. You can cherry pick off.
Right. But Pat,
It's a conflict of interest.
Luckily for free market people, they fucked themselves on this. So technically the market corrected it. The only explanation for why they might have done something like this is pure greed, right? Because they're both inflating the price. Right, because you can. They're both inflating the price of the houses that they're buying and then also selling. So you're just raising the prices up on everybody. It started in like mid 2021. So the algorithm did its job fully because Zillow can't sell their overpriced homes like they thought they'd be able to. And they're blaming, and they're listing stuff like 60% higher than other people. They're blaming a quote unquote unpredictable market for the 550 million dollars in losses that they've encountered, and they're shuttering 25% of the company, or about 1,500 jobs over this.
Dude, you know what's even more fucked though is that by doing this and raising the price of homes and like the the appraisal price of homes, they're kicking old people out of their homes because they can't afford the taxes.
Yeah,
And-
especially in
and-
places like Texas.
Oh,
Yeah,
but
especially in
they
places
can
like
start
Texas.
giving away their money to the bank in a reverse mortgage from Magnum PI.
That's what they're gonna have to do.
A lot of that stuff's probably invested in by some of the people we're about to talk about, Pat, like BlackRock and Vanguard.
By the way, Will,
Right.
the idea, right? Like, here's how you know some shit is scammy and scummy. The ownership, the corporate ownership of multiple single-family residential homes as rental properties is so scammy and so fucking scummy because that is the only way. That's like not the only way, but is the by far most popular way and most common way that anyone in America can build wealth. And these
The
people,
difference between
you can't
home
buy a
ownership-
house in a lot of markets because these
Correct.
fucking companies are coming up and buying them all up.
Correct, Pat. It's terrible news for everyone besides those institutional investors like BlackRock and Vanguard, who will be able to buy up all of these homes at an extreme discount from Zillow's inventory that they can't sell. They can't sell those to individuals, of course, because that would be too much work. They got to sell it to BlackRock and people who are going to force them to just be rentals instead of something that somebody could own and change their personal finances for the better.
Man, beyond that fucking chips away at like the fabric of community, which sucks the most, right?
It's horrible.
People are talking about this with that Picasso app, which is it's a cool idea, where like the three of us could go in on a house together, right? But then it's allowing people to go in on a house together and then set up Airbnbs in like long established neighborhoods where people have children and there are schools with seats that need to be filled. But then like a lot of the houses are becoming B&B party houses. I'm not saying that, like, that should be banned, but it does create a problem.
It's transforming the real estate market for sure in a way that's not good for potential buyers of single family homes who want to get in at their first rate. It's hard to buy your first home. Taking it back to insert clever name on Twitter, she's still pretty upset about all this, and she finishes her tweet thread by saying, "I'd love to laugh at their failure, but it's nothing. They'll simply write off the losses and face no real government scrutiny for their pillaging. Meanwhile, they've absolutely succeeded at exacerbating America's nationwide housing affordability crisis." So, yeah, I mean, I thought that put a nice little bow on it. Zillow.
2008, dog. The people that ruined Americans' lives in 2008 are rich again today.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean,
They weren't even in the penalty box for 5 years.
Pat, the CEOs, I mean, they got bailed out, right? Like, I mean,
The companies
bank
did.
CEOs, the bank CEOs got their bonuses got bailed out. So Zillow, the website designed to service home buyers, artificially drove up home prices with the use of a faulty algorithm, then is turning all those homes that they outbid their actual clients on into permanent rental properties by selling them to institutional investors who want to own all the homes so that they're good for their portfolio and so that average Joes can't get their hands on them, so their portfolio keeps looking better. Add inflation at a 30-year high on top of all that, and that, my friends, is a salty market.
I'm deleting the app right now.
It's demonic is what it is, yeah.
Sorry. Bye, Zillow. I'm a Realtor.com guy from now on.
People are predicting that this could end Zillow as a company.
Should. It's fucked up.
I liked Zillow too. Their tools were way better than Realtor in my opinion, but whatever.
Well, yeah, I would just not give them any ad dollars for the next few months, maybe.
Yeah. I got access to that MLS.
Oh yeah.
Got that sweet MLS system.
Bro, send me that mousse.
Yeah, I might be able to. Guys, it's my third day in a row doing this Mac Weldon ad, and I'm going to stick with the dick theme, okay? Sweatpants.
But by the way, Wes, it's taking over socials now. I started seeing on
it?
socials like memes, video memes of girls being like, when your boyfriend walks in wearing gray sweatpants or something like that.
You see the bulge.
He's like chugging wine, eyes
I had
popping
no
out of
idea.
her head.
Listen, this all if my girlfriend didn't tell me about this, this might be the year, but it would have gone over my head forever. That sweatpants were like making girls drool.
I always thought it was like the exact opposite thing you should do.
Right.
Is to let them see your gross dick in any way, shape, or form.
Right. Yeah. It's
Hide
just like-
your dick as much as possible until the last possible second. That's what
Right.
I was taught.
That's what I do. I mean, yeah, that's what you should do, right?
Yeah, I like to cut a hole in a bed sheet.
It also it gets rid of a lot of like the do you want to or not. If she's pulling your pants off, you know it's all good.
Mm-hmm. And then I say, well, let's turn the lights off first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You don't want to see this.
Mm-mm.
This is getting them rowdy, I guess. So anyway, sweatpants are great for showing off the dick, keeping it warm and relaxing, and that's where Mac Weldon comes in, guys. The daily wear system is a selection of clothes rooted in smart design, made with performance fabrics, built to work together. From breathable t-shirts and polos to stylish button-ups and shorts, underwear, and the Ace sweatpant. I am going to be ordering some Ace sweatpants very soon. I don't even know
It's the best winter pants.
it really is. It's like nothing I've ever worn. Just you got to try them out, and you're gonna love them. If just fucking.
It's like that
order
sweatpant
some
material
goddamn Ace
that's-
sweatpants.
It's unbelievably like stretchy and also thick, but also breathable at the same
It's
time.
new age. It's
Yeah.
new age
Yeah.
material.
Yeah, it is.
We didn't have this growing up.
No. You can literally wear this to like a nice restaurant and look great. Mac Weldon makes it easy for you to dress for work, leisure, and play, wherever life takes you. And their clothes are comfortable, high quality, amazing fabrics 100% of the time. So yeah, give them a shot. You will not regret it. We promise you. Buy some time this summer, fall. What is it? First day of fall yet? What the fuck is the deal? Yeah, it's fall.
That was back on October 20th.
Way fall.
October 20th. Okay, I missed that.
We got daylight savings coming up this
I
week.
need to
Sunday,
update
yeah.
this ad. Yeah. So buy some time this fall with Mac Weldon Daily Wear System for 20% off your first order. Visit macweldon.com/factor. Enter promo code factor. It's macweldon.com/factor. Promo code factor for 20% off. Mac Weldon, radically efficient wardrobing. Try some sweatpants and then tell us how much you love them. Okay. And it is.
It's time for the TikTok International Moment.
Like I said, we're going to go to Brazil, and we're going to go to the UK, and then we're going to go to China. So I got a wild one from Brazil. This one's a little fishy. So two buds were fishing at a lake on a farm in the municipality of Brasilandia de Minas in Brazil. I'm going to pull up a map that's not going to mean anything to you guys, but that's where it is. Yeah, you know where it is, right? Right there in Brazil.
Of course,
yeah.
Brasilandias, yes.
Right there in center right Brazil.
Right there in center right Brazil, right in South America. So they were fishing when all of a sudden bees started attacking them, right? So they were getting attacked by bees. So they were like, oh, hey, how do we escape bees? Knock, knock. We jump in the water. Duh. You know, that's what they said to themselves. And that's what they did. Right?
I know how this one ends.
Yeah, you know how this ends. Only problem
Was
is
that
that
the Amazon River, West?
Were these
It was
killer
a-
bees, Wes?
they might have been killer bees, but it gets worse, Pat. It gets worse. This was a lake in Brazil, and you know all waters in Brazil kind of come off the Amazon, and I guess they feed the lakes. I don't know. Only problem is water in Brazil is not like normal water. Water in Brazil is more dangerous than the water like around the South African tip of South Africa. It's fucking dangerous. And it was a risk to willing Cape Horn, Cape whatever they got down there, Cape Hope. I don't know what it is.
One of the capes.
One of the capes.
Yeah.
But it was a risk the men were willing to take at the time, right? They had no choice. So one of the men was able to swim to safety, but the other man was not so lucky, and he was eaten by piranhas.
Wait,
Yeah.
one of the two guys got eaten by piranhas.
The
One of
tastier.
two guys. Yeah. So
That's fucked up.
it's fucked up, right? Now
That's
it's not
really fucked up.
It's not clear whether he drowned and then was eaten, or drowned because he was being eaten, or if his buddy killed him and then fed him to the piranhas that he knew were in the lake because he wanted to steal his wife and his land.
It
But
sounds like at least it's like, all right, I'm further from the piranhas right now. I'm kicking you back towards the piranhas.
You got to think you got to think, because we know what we know about evolution, right, is that there were certain sea animals or ocean-faring animals that developed legs and became land-faring animals and species. You got to think the piranhas having teeth is a regression there. Like the piranhas were the biggest dickhead on land, and they reverse evolved into the sea, right? Like people are like, get the fuck out of here, you piranha asshole. Because why else would there be a fucking fish with teeth, man?
Dude.
Well, all fish have teeth, but these ones are like extreme teeth.
All fish have teeth?
I think most of them.
I don't think all fish have teeth.
Maybe not catfish.
Yeah.
I don't think goldfish have teeth.
Most fish don't have teeth, is what I'd say.
There's the barracuda, the piranha. I can't name another one.
Yeah, there's
Shark?
the two dickheads.
Well, the shark. Okay,
Shark. But yeah, like, come on. Shark?
Parrotfish who have giant teeth. That's like all they use. Most fish have teeth.
Bro, whatever, man.
Okay.
What,
Or
you're
at
a
least a
fish
strip-
guy now,
like a
too? You're a
strip-
bird guy
strip
and
of,
fish
like-
guy?
I may have gone fishing enough to know that most fish have like at least like a row of like even if it's not teeth, they have like ridges on that.
Okay.
Jack Severt, tell Will what's going
Dumb
on. Here.
idea by me. Sorry. And you were right. Will.
Bottom
I
feeders
mean, West
might not have.
Cape of Good Hope. Cape Horns
Okay.
and Chile.
There you go. So this guy died. He was only 12 feet from the shore, and then the piranha had completely, according to the rescuers who found him, had completely disfigured his body before he could be retrieved. I looked up piranha attack videos while researching this, and they're like basically nature's like murder cover up animal.
Oh, yeah.
Like you kill someone, toss them in a river full of piranhas, you're getting away with it. I mean, all they're finding are bones.
Was it?
It's it.
Was it like the videos where like the water is like bubbly? It looks like the water, like someone.
No,
put,
I found that too, and I found some asshole who was he was feeding his piranha. He had like 5 piranha in a tank, and he dropped a mouse in there, and the mouse is swimming on the top, and then eventually the piranha just destroy the mice.
They eat pretty quick. Hey, would you guys rather do this where you get killed by getting chased by bees into piranhas, or where a bear is chasing you and then you end up in a shark's mouth?
Bear shark, man. Always swing big. Swing for the fences. You want to be hitting ground balls on your death.
It would be more like cool,
It'd be
like,
cool.
Epic.
Be quicker. But hey, bonus fun fact: there are 30 piranha species in the world, and all of them live in South America's Amazon River basin.
Cool.
And Kim Jong-un's tank.
Yes.
And Kim Jong-un.
Where he puts
Wes, the reason I was asking if they were killer bees is because killer bees will wait for you.
Oh yeah, they'll chase you for like a mile.
But no, but if you go underwater,
right,
they'll just wait. They'll say, "We'll wait it out."
They probably were killer bees because they those were coming up from the south, right? Like when they were migrating into Texas, and that's how they got here by coming up from the south.
They never got here, but yeah, they were coming.
They got here. They got to Texas.
Did they?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
a caravan of killer bees.
Oh yeah. They are in the United States, 100%. Now let's go to the UK, and I want you guys to meet 61-year-old Paul Mason. Okay.
Whoa,
there he is.
That's a big man. How much does he weigh?
So Paul's a bit heavy, yeah, as you can see. He was at one point, quote, the world's fattest man. I guess the UK's fattest man. At least that's what they were called him on the TLC show. That was
saying he's not a man.
No, I'm saying he's not technically the world's fattest man.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, some of his body is so big that some of it does not look like it's part of a man. It just looks like it's an addition.
Right. He's just look at that.
he looks like chicken cutlets.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
Like if you blew up a balloon and
Tell
then
me
like
that doesn't look like chicken in a frying pan.
he does look like a chicken in a frying pan right
if
there.
you removed his head, you would not be able to tell. That's not a chicken in a frying pan.
Frozen chicken, all pressed together.
Anyway, he was on the World's Fattest Man show on TLC. At one point, he weighed just under 1,000 pounds, 980, but who's really counting at that point? Now, Paul was in like a hospital for morbidly obese people. You've probably seen them. They have one in Houston that's really popular, where these extremely fat people go. They have surgeries.
Popular.
It's popular on the
there's
TV
a lot
shows.
of people who are like yeah, for TV. For sure.
Yeah, for TV. Yeah, there's like one famous little like guy that's like, you need to stop eating so much.
And isn't obesity got like worse over COVID, right? Like it's like the worst it's ever been by far right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
anyway, so Paul was in the hospital for 3 years along his journey to lose weight, and it's now coming out. He's telling that during the time at the hospital, the ward he was in, but I guess was specifically for fat people like him. He said that quote, they told him, quote, if I die in the hospital, they wouldn't be able to deal with someone my size. So they made a form up to say that if I died in the hospital, they would take me to the abattoir, which is a slaughterhouse, to where large animals go and die. So they were just going to throw his fat ass in the slaughterhouse crematorium instead of like a normal person one. And that's now coming out that the hospital is going to do that. And it's like, kind of like shocking news over there.
And that's salacious.
Because
they're
they're
salacious.
Pragmatic problem solvers.
Right. I mean, I don't see what's the issue. His size, I mean,
Someone better run out and invent a human crematorium for 1,000-pound dudes.
It's either that or cut them up.
right. You just have to put him in the horse crematorium. I'm sorry. Like,
Right. Yeah. Now, luckily, yeah.
if you get that big, that's part of getting that big.
Right, yes, I
They're
agree.
going to have to use non-human appliances on you.
Yes,
like,
they
There
do.
are certain concessions.
Right. Yeah. Like they're going to have to lift you up out of the couch with a forklift. Like,
Yeah.
you just accept it.
They're gonna have to take the wall off to get you out.
Yeah. Well, wait till they did what he had to do to him later. So here's Paul in 2013. He did lose a bunch of weight. That was with his then girlfriend, who was either the least shallow person on earth or just wanted the attention. But he looks much better. But
Paul must be really funny.
Yeah, Paul must be hilarious. So this guy has had a rough time though. So apparently he relapsed during the pandemic, food wise and drug wise.
Sure.
Was so depressed about putting on pandemic weight that he OD'd and had to be hoisted out of his house like that cow in Jurassic Park they're feeding to the raptors.
With a helicopter.
With like a crane, basically.
Oh,
yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
I mean, like they got to bring in the heavy equipment when you're that
The
big.
elevator wasn't strong enough or wasn't working or something.
Can you call that a relapse if it takes 6 months to fully
It is
happen?
though. It is. It's just like
It is.
I think
It's
somebody
an
who's-
addiction.
Slowest relapse of all time.
Yeah,
food
somebody
addiction.
somebody who's as fat as Paul, somebody who's got that big of a weight thing, like that's just as bad as a real bad drug addiction.
It is,
Like-
yeah. So, yeah, it's bad. Well, listen to this. He was at one point, at his low point, he was eating 40 chocolate bars a day, which
40.
caused his teeth to decay. And what he would do is he started removing his cracked and chipped teeth with pliers. And then what he would do is he would anesthetize. I can never say that fucking word. You know what I mean? The area. Anesthetize the area by he would take a hot needle and put it into his gum to kill the nerve because his teeth were in so much pain. So that's what he was doing. He was in trouble. So
He was committed to the game of eating and not
Hard.
stopping for anything.
yeah,
Whore.
that's hardcore. Yeah. So hopefully that makes you guys feel better about your own problems. You sick fucks.
No, I mean that's literally that's like junkies who like shoot up through the infection on their arm. You know,
Yeah.
like it's.
I got to get up to Cleveland next month. I think Paul's relapsing.
Yeah. He's sticking needles in his gums again.
Paul's in the 3 or 4 month process of relapsing. So
Yeah.
I gotta get up there
Yeah, I mean you do have a lot of time to talk him off the ledge. To be fair.
for he could die in 6 to 8
But the
months.
thing is, Pat, is you just probably never hear from him, right? Like you see him when you see him, he's lost like 200 pounds,
Right.
and then all of a sudden you hear a story and Paul's back.
I get it, but
1,200 or
but
whatever.
yeah.
drug and alcohol's relapsing is a different fucking situation.
But it's so similar. I mean, mentally, it's got to be.
Yeah, like
almost
Paul probably
identical,
gets
right? It is.
sick to his stomach if he doesn't have 40 chocolate bars.
Yeah,
Only
he just
39.
gets super depressed and wants to kill
Yeah,
himself
he's-
and all that shit.
Right. Crazy
Okay, I'm
shit.
sorry. Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Paul's definitely a shitty dad when he's fatter. You know.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, for sure. But I think like, look,
Paul's mean to his wife when he's fat.
it's got a funnier picture than other addictions, but this guy's mentally suffering.
Don't get Paul behind the wheel of a car after a relapse.
I mean, look, it's probably more deadly than a lot of.
I
other
know it is.
addictions. Yeah.
Okay, I just
Yeah.
get different language for it. I'm sorry.
You don't want it to be called an addict.
No, I mean, I guess he's an addict, but like the relapse.
All right, he's a piece of shit. Okay, Pat.
Sorry, Paul. We all got our problems.
Yeah.
You worse than us.
Yeah. All right, let's get rolling. One more. China gave its
Wait,
citizens.
hold on. Did Paul get out of that, or did it?
No, he's okay.
The
He's
story
okay.
is just he was lifted and he's still the fattest he's ever been.
I believe he's okay. The article was kind of ambiguous about whether he's dead or not.
They're
they say
literally
they
just
took
like
the roof off?
dancing on his like worst time of his life. They're just publishing it.
Yeah, well, yeah,
You wouldn't believe it.
It's because he's
Paul's
telling about
back
the
in the
crematorium.
hospital.
I believe he's okay because this interview just came out, and so he was talking about it. So I think he's okay, and he's lost some weight.
Is he stealing to support his addiction? You know what I mean?
He's also had a bunch of surgeries
Is
and
he
shit.
sucking dick to get chocolate bars?
I don't know.
The surgeries is great. The fact
Surgeries, but they can't get any pain meds because they're afraid he's going to fucking OD again. So he's in a world of mess.
Well, because they're food and they'd eat them all.
No, he's addicted to drugs too.
Oh.
Yeah. You can't the opioids. He OD'd on drugs, I believe.
I'm being mean to Paul.
Okay,
Sorry.
all right, okay.
He's got double. He's
in trouble. Let's keep it rolling though.
He is double trouble.
China gave its citizens an ominous and alarming warning directly from the Ministry of Commerce, which told citizens they better fucking stock up on basic supplies, or as many citizens heard, you all are going to starve to death and we are not going to help you, so go buy some fucking rice right now. And that's what's happening over there. You see this shit?
They said that they're basically going to have supply chain issues and trouble keeping the heat on this winter.
Yeah.
So fair warning.
And they're saying, so it, of course, set off panic buying and hysteria, especially amongst old people. It came out of nowhere, basically, amid growing concerns that the vegetable crops over there would be fucked due to heavy rains and supply chain issues, as Will said, and more lockdowns coming, perhaps, because China really wants to get Corona under control for the February Winter Olympics. So, it's so
right, because if they have to cancel, it's kind of like an admission that, hey, we fucked up everything.
Yeah, well, it's bad for the economy, all that shit. So one user wrote on Weibo, as soon as the news came out, the old people near me went crazy, panic buying the supermarket. And then the Economic Daily, which is Chinese communist-backed newspaper, urged its readers not to be alarmed, saying government's advice was aimed at making sure households were prepared if a lockdown was announced in the area. Yeah, okay. Food prices traditionally rise in China as winter nears, but the price of vegetables has surged in recent weeks because of the extreme weather. So they're out of vegetables. No more fucking vegetables in China. And again, they want, they want to have it down to zero by the time the Winter Olympics start. Good for everyone that may be traveling to China and then, back from China again, like the first time this all happened. So, we're fucked with these Olympics.
Yeah, COVID. I mean, like at this point, is it going to go away or is it not? Like, come on.
Yeah, it's going to be a yearly shot.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Winter Olympics in China? Come on.
If you're still holding your breath on this thing just like magically disappearing, come on.
That's the long play. It's like,
come on.
You get that yearly shot. The 6th yearly shot's the one that has the trackers in it, right? When you're not when you let your guard down,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. Ask the people who designed it in the lab. They know.
It's a long play.
That's right. But hey, that's going to do it for today's Hard Factor. Be sure to support our sponsors. We stand fully behind them, especially the ones that we're talking about this week, Decked and Mack Weldon. Two truly great products. Go watch a video on that deck thing. It is impressive. If you have a truck and you don't consider buying it, something's wrong with you. Great Christmas present if you're a lady out there or a gentleman that wants to buy your truck owner in your life. A great present. Decked would make one. Patreon.com/hardfactor.
Speaking of the sponsors, before we move on to Patreon, Wes, I'm posting now in the Discord chat, which is part of Patreon. I'm posting updated lists all the time of what our codes are. So if you're in there, get those codes, baby.
Hell yeah. Patreon.com/hardfactor. As Pat said, get in on the parlay, get in on the lottery pool that we got going on, get in on the crypto talk. Lots of other channels on there just to shoot the shit and have fun, make jokes, and then build community and
money,
make some friends. Yeah.
Gambling hasn't necessarily been profitable yet, but crypto certainly has. I'll tell you that.
Well, the big swing gambling hasn't.
Right. It's coming though, and you want to be in it when it does.
When we hit that million parlay, that's when people are. That's the FOMO is going to be out of control.
It's going to be insane.
And I'm just warning you. There's going to be W-9s issued. Okay.
I want mine in Bitcoin. That's all I'm saying.
Right. Can we? Yeah. Oh,
put it right in your Bitcoin account.
Oh, that's going to get messy.
It is
a lot of transactions.
Not if he delves it out in Bitcoin. Yeah.
Just a lot of
huge
ins and outs.
Yeah. But hey, that's it. We love you. Have a great fucking day.